Well, welcome everybody. This is part of our Elevate series, which is a lunch and learn. So we like to invite you in, give you lunch, give you an hour and a half of just some instruction, basic instruction, not too in depth, but basic instruction on different items. We do it every month. Not next month, but October is going to be on the silhouette. The cutting, I don't know if you guys have, what kind of cutting machines you have, but the little silhouette cutter that we sell out here will be October 14th?
Yes.
14th. And I will be teaching that one as well, I think. Hopefully. So anyway, welcome. We're so happy to have you guys here. If you need any extra drinks, feel free to get up. I want to keep it very interactive. If you guys have questions, just ask me, let me know what you need. I'm going to go over the basic different types. You all have a bag in front of you that should have a t-shirt, which were donated by Salt Lake City Activewear. Where we have Paulina here from Salt Lake City Activewear. She'll be talking about the blanks and some different ways to get shirts and things like that here in a minute. But everything was donated by them, so thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And then I've also done some little test cuts that we'll be applying at the end of the class. So everyone make sure you're eating now while I'm talking, because we're going to do lots of hands-on fun stuff towards the end, okay? Eric in the back is our online sales manager at Regional Supply. Did you want to go through some of the web stuff?
Yeah, I'll do now just a couple things.
He's going to show you just a few little things on our website where you can order the material. And I also have some promo codes for you.
Also, just a sign-up sheet, if you could just sign in, just so you have everyone's email.
And you should all have a pen and a notepad, and then the exact SKUs, but if you could please leave those, that would be awesome. For the next class, we'll sign in, and then we'll let Eric talk about the website for 1 second, and then we'll get it.
Okay, and then also with these classes we do, we like to give promo codes to everyone that attends, so you can get discounts for your stuff on our website. So pass those around, everyone can take one of those. It's good for through the end of September. You can get 10% off on all the heat transfer materials that we sell, not just the materials, but the accessories, presses, and everything.
Does it have to be online?
Today you can get it out here. Just since we're already here, you can go out. I've already talked to them, show them the coupon. They'll give you 10% off here today. Otherwise, it has to be on our website through the end of September. If you haven't already registered on there, that's a good idea. So when you log in, you get to your account information. You know, get your correct pricing if you're tax exempt, and that way when you order, all your history is all under the same account. You can just, you can go up here, I'm already logged in, so if you go up here, it'll say log in, you can set up your account that way to get set up to order on our website. But one of the biggest things on here, I was going to say this first, so all the heat transfer material right here, everything in this section applies to that promo code, as well as down at the bottom, under Craft and Hobby, heat transfer. That has some of the smaller, some of the things are.
Oh, so yeah, move that.
Some of the smaller sheets are only found in the craft section. So that's where you can find all the heat transfer materials that we sell, as well as some of the small cutters, the presses, and things like that. One thing Megan mentioned was our Elevate series of classes. We want to give you guys as much information as possible to help you, learn more about the products, learn more about new products, how you can implement those in what you're already doing, and expand your business and what you offer your customers. So, we try to have these every month, as well as some other classes that we do. This Elevate Expo, we're having a big expo at the end of September. This could be kind of just a trade show with about 30 vendors there. It's more geared towards the traditional signage market. Siser will be there with the heat transfer material. But if you're interested in that, you on the website, click on here. There's a link to register. We have all kinds of classes going on that day also. 2 classes every hour, all throughout the day. So you can look at that later to see what's involved with that class. Any classes we have, coming up, we'll advertise on our website too. We send out emails, so that's why we want your emails, so that you can get information on that. People are always calling and wondering when our next class is, what's going on. It's easy just to look at our website and see what we have scheduled for the next little bit.
I was looking at that on your classes. Are they half an hour so you can go to both in that 1 hour, or are they an hour?
No,
and you
it's
have to pick one?
basically 45 minutes, yeah, just, you only pick one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried to make it so the two during the same hour were not like classes, they're the same type of material. So it's easier for people to they can choose ones that will work for them, so
We want both.
bring two people.
Already.
So, I mean, that was the basic thing I wanted to let you know here, just, you know, we want to give you as much information as possible. Everything we sell is on our website, you know, 9,000 something items, so some of them are kind of hard to find sometimes, depending on what it is, but we're trying to get it, you know, organized. All heat transfer, like I said, all in those two places, you can find everything dealing with heat transfer, so use your promo code, you can use it as many times as you want, it's not limited, so use it every day if you want, all through the end of September, 10% off. So, if anyone has any questions on that, otherwise we'll get going with the material.
Okay, you want to kind of light my gun?
Yeah, I'll turn that off. Keep that out of the way.
Oops. I'm gonna put your screen back up too if I can.
Okay.
So everybody, in your bag that you have in front of you, you should have some sheets that look like this. And these list all the different types of materials. So they're all for different, they all have different looks, they're all for different applications. And this is the basic, you can get on Siser is one of the major brands we sell. But it looks like Siser, but Siser. Every one of these has the type, it has the temperature you should be applying it at, the pressure, the time that you should be applying that heat, and then also a cold or hot peel. And how many of you have used heat transfer in here? Oh, well, okay, you guys should be teaching the class. So, do you know what the hot and cold peel is? Does everybody know what that is? You either, once you've heated the garment, you either need to wait for it to cool to peel the liner off, which is the plastic behind it, right here, or you can peel it hot while it's still hot. Some of them are very specific that you need to peel them cold, some of them are very specific that you need to peel them hot, some don't really matter. But make sure right here when it says peel, you're looking if it's hot or cold. Most of the Siser are either. The Chemica that we'll be going over in a minute is cold. So you want to make sure you let it cool down. It kind of gives you the basic care instructions. This is kind of your guide when using all the different types. So we'll go through the different ones. Some have been discontinued as of 2015. They're still on here, but when I just got their new Siser guide. And you also have a guide, this little printed book. The colors are not super accurate, but we do sell these that have the actual product. So you can get a very accurate look of the color. But some of them have been discontinued in this new one. So this might have some things in it that aren't available. So Easy Weed, if you guys have all probably used Easy Weed, it's really the simplest. This is Easy Weed. You can kind of feel it, and it's just thin, it's easy to work with, it goes on lots of different materials, and I can pass it around. But this is really your good basic, just run the mill. You can use on just about anything. You can also layer this. If you guys would look in the back, I layered lots of colors on some of those and then just a few on the others, but it layers very, very well. So that's something some people don't know. You guys want to pass that down around here, you can kind of get a feel for how that. And then again, all of your instructions are right here. Easy Weed Extra, it basically feels and looks just like that one, but you can adhere it to nylon. So the shorts that you were looking at, I do have some pictures in the middle of the table. Anything that's a nylon material, you'll want to use the Extra. So it's basically just like Easy Weed, but it adheres to nylon. So that's just basic difference. But again, same temperatures and hot or cold peel. And then we've got the electric series. You can kind of see the sheen. It's just more of an opalescent type finish. And that's really the only difference between that and Easy Weed. It's still very, very easy to work with, but it just has a little bit nicer sheen to it if you want something kind of pearly. So I'll pass that around.
Can you layer that?
Yes. I've layered all of them. I've heard you're not supposed to layer Easy Weed over glitter, but I've done it. So, I don't know. I'll just let you guys decide what you want to do there. We do have glow in the dark, by the way. Halloween is coming up. I don't have any samples of it. Well, it might be on the bottom of one of these. these. But glow in the dark, super awesome for Halloween, if you want.
Have you
something
used them, Megan?
Glow in the dark?
Have you tried it? How well does it work?
It works pretty well.
Is that?
It charges by the sunlight, so it kind of depends on how long, you know, it's out in the light. And
Does it need UV light then, or can any light work?
it's fine. Sunlight, yeah. So that is also available. And then the CAD Flex and the 3D Techno have been discontinued, so I'm not going to go over those.
Megan, I think this easy way one. I think the very bottom one is the glow in the
Is
dark.
there glow on that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So does it print out white like this?
Yes, so it looks white, it glows kind of a green color. Yeah. Kind of ghosty. And then there's metallics. I think
Megan?
metallics. Oh, I'm sorry.
The glow in the dark, what does it do under black light?
I don't know.
Because a lot of the midnight races will use a lot of black light.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to get a little piece and test it. Have to test it for me and let me know. I don't know. It might be kind of fun. I would think it would.
Like,
Give me a scrap, I'll take it home.
Yeah, okay. That would be great. Metallic is on the bottom of that one. They're the really sheeny mirror type finishes. They've reduced them down to, I believe, just gold and silver. I can show you in this. So it's these two right here. So they're like a mirror finish. So super, super shiny. And they wash, they do crack a little bit, but they do pretty well for the nature of the product. And then there is VideoFlex Glitter. Oh, actually, I didn't do stretch. Did I do summer stretch?
No, it is stretch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this is stretch. This is for athletic type stuff. Anything that needs to stretch. So it's for your athletic, like if you have running pants or something that really needs to have that extra stretch to it. Normal won't stretch like this. It's more static. So this is really, really good if you're doing anything in the athletic apparel type situation. I'll start this one over here. Sorry about that. Skipped right over it. And then, okay, VideoFlex glitter. There's two different types of glitter. And I'll show you the difference. One of the glitters has a very rough finish, and one has a very smooth finish. I believe they've reduced this one down to like 2 or 3 colors, so there's not a lot of it, there's a ton in this one. So they're both glittery, but different to the touch, if that makes sense. So I'll just start one here, and then you guys can pass them back. I'll start one over here. And then, oh, strip block. Okay, this is like, well, it reminds me of when I was young, the fuzzy shirts with the kind of, you know, t-shirts plus thing. So that's got just a, like a suede type finish.
That's strip block.
Strip block. Uh-huh.
That's great for doing patterns on jeans, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. I'll just start that down there. You guys can just kind of feel them all. And then there's reflect all, which reflects at night. So that might be good for you do nighttime races. So there's a reflective that will catch the light. I believe.
Oh, it's over there.
Oh, yep, right there.
I wonder what colors that have. Yeah.
So it's on the very bottom of that one, but it catches the light. So that one would be good for anything like nighttime type things. Although I haven't tried to glow in the dark, so
Megan?
I'll have to try that.
That reflect all, it's not rated for like emergency type gear, like policemen and stuff like it doesn't meet those
All
requirements.
those requirements.
But I mean,
sure.
you can still, you
But
know,
for like out running or things like that, like an athlete, yeah. It'd be great for that. And then we've got the holographics, which are the kind of shiny, shimmery, what kind of, what do you call that?
And how do you guys finish up in comparison to what you're telling me?
They all wash pretty similar. The only one I've heard having a little bit of trouble is the mirror finish, like the gold and the silver. But these seem to do just fine. But they are smooth, where they don't have the, like the glitter's kind of that rough glitter feel. This is kind of a smooth feel. And I think, did we hit all of them? Holographic glitter, Spectral. Okay, and then one that we just started carrying is by a company called Chemica. And it's our prints. So they have zebra and panther and snake and all kinds of like camos and all types of different things. And that is the Chemica brand. That should be this sheet in your packet. And this one is a cold peel. It does not like to be peeled hot. I did the well, I don't know what that thing is by your panther. And I tried to peel it hot and it wasn't happy with me. It kind of starts to lift up, so just make sure any kind of printed like this, you peel cold. Make sure it cools down. And it's good for cotton, polyester, and acrylic, and similar fibers. And this has all the instructions once again. So each fabric and each item just has their own little different things. They're really similar, but just kind of check when you're doing something. Oh, and these are the, I guess I could show you this is the mirror. So this is that super shiny. And then also, which I don't know how many in here would be interested in it, but Eric's going to talk about the print and cut, which is, well, let's see here. I can hold this one up for you, Eric, but you actually, and you need a large format printer for these, but it's basically you print, cut, and then apply. So this is not a solid color, this is something that you would have to print on.
And then, yeah, okay, so the white that's on there, it's just the material showing through, right?
Mhm.
But you can print white.
I think in
No.
your white format, I don't know.
Well, if you're printing white in your design, will just stay white
It'll
on
just
the
stay
white
white.
materials. So does anyone have a printer?
Oh, a lot of you
Printers
guys do this
have?
time, okay.
What type of printer?
Roland,
Okay.
HP.
I think we have a Roland in
I
each.
think you guys,
I have a
yeah.
phone.
Okay. All this stuff works on the Roland solvent printers. A couple of them work on the latex, the HP latex. Sometimes they don't recommend the HP latex just because it has to get so hot. It can kind of mess with the curing process of when you press it onto the shirt. So, but you put one of these in there, right? The one that says print and cut on there. And we won't do too much on it, but you pass the one or one.
Everyone should have one. I passed the seventh round.
Okay, yeah. So you can get some really cool effects, you know, like some of this stuff when you're layer, I mean, there's only so much you can do with that. If you want full color stuff, like photo type things, you know, that's where this really comes into play. So on the sheet here, the color print PU, that's probably one of the most popular ones. It's a polyurethane material. That's what PU means. The color print soft, that's a newer one they came out with. It's just really thin. Some of this stuff, especially the older materials, you put it on the shirt, if it was a bigger piece, and it's just, you know, it feels like you're wearing a shield, kind of. I mean, it's just real thick, heavy stuff. You can kind of feel on some of these samples how thin they are, but they have a lot better feel than they used to. A couple of the specialty ones, they have the color print glitter, like this one here. You can get some kind of cool effects, you know, dance, cheerleader type stuff. That one's like bulletproof. That's real thick stuff. You don't want that on your shirt. You won't be able to.
Unless you want to be bulletproof. And then it's
It's
perfect.
real heavy duty stuff, just real thick. So some of them, you know, some of them are better for different applications. But depending on your printer also, like this one here, especially the roll-ons at least, you know, have the cutter built into them. You can use a separate cutter. But once you print them in your file, you can cut out these designs afterwards, just like you print on regular vinyl. So you don't have to cut them with, you know, scissors when you're done. So you can get that, you know, the nice look of how you want it to be there. So.
So what type of materials would you suggest using with that with pen?
For this,
Yeah,
probably more bag
bags.
type things, yeah, where you're not wearing it actually.
Package.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably nothing on the t-shirt, anything heavier, like your jacket, maybe sweatshirt, still kind of heavy.
Maybe
I don't know about that, but
something that-
yeah. Probably not something you're wearing directly on your skin, just it's pretty heavy. So this just, you know, gives you another option as opposed to just the, you know, the cut, weave cut material. You get a lot different looks with that. So the ones we stock, I didn't say it on here, the color print PU, the color print soft, we stock those. The Sublathin, that's if you're worried about the, I think it's for polyester, sometimes we heat it up, the colors from the polyester start bleeding out. So the Sublathin blocks that migration of those colors. The next page, the glitter, show that we have that one, and the color print easy. Those are the ones that we stock. That TTD Easy Mask, that's their special transfer tape, basically. If you're familiar with vinyl, the transfer tape. That's what they have specifically for the print materials. We have, I mean, if anyone has a printer or is interested, and we only have a few samples of these, It has a couple of little pieces of the
So you
tape.
print right reading on this stuff and then remove it with transfer tape?
Yeah,
Like vinyl?
yeah, so the print, or just the cut materials like this, if you're doing text, you have to cut everything in reverse, because then you flip it over and transfer it. These, you print right on the page, pull it up, and then, you know, put it down on your garment or whatever, so you print that right reading.
Are you
Anything
using
that's
transfer tape,
printable.
or how are you transferring it?
It just lifts it up off the liner, basically.
It has a transfer tape-ish type of
Yeah,
thing,
so it's
but
just
not
it's just a lift
transfer
up
tape.
off the liner and put it down, just like regular
Where
vinyl.
did the little sound go? Oh. Oh, grab one. I'll show you what it.
Does anyone have any other questions about the printable? I mean, I know it doesn't apply to everybody,
It's like
so
transfer tape.
we wanted to at least make sure everyone knew about it.
We had a tough time with the printables, getting it to release from its liner with our transfer tape on top. Is that a normal issue?
Are you using this
Yeah.
Siser tape?
The color print, the soft piece.
Is it a big piece you're printing? So it's a big thing you're trying to peel off?
Right.
I don't know specifically why. I personally have never used it, actually, unfortunately. Megan does all our testing. So I haven't used it.
Yeah, I've got
I know
just a couple
for
more
smaller
for you
stuff
guys.
it works really well that we've tried with.
You guys
Bigger
print it all?
stuff, I don't know. I'll check and see if there's any specific, you know, way to make it easier. So I'll let you know that. So anyone, I mean, if you want to get into the printable, Roland makes a 20-inch wide printer is the smallest one available, typically they're 30 inches and up. And they start, you know, probably $8,500, so it's not real cheap to get into it, but, you know, gives you another option. Do you have a question, Drew?
Yeah, you said is there any options for the latex at all, since it does get hot? Or just SLS?
Yes, I can't remember which ones they were. If you look that stuff up on our website, under the printable materials, there's some kind of on the side where you can kind of restrict what you're looking for by size, and one of them's by ink, what ink you can use on it. So it'll give you the latex or the solvent option. You can just click on the solvent, or the latex, and then the refined search button underneath, and it'll only give you the latex options.
Okay, great.
And that's for any of the stuff, whether you're looking by size, you can refine your searches that way, instead of having to go through 100 different colors to find what you're looking for, so. Any other questions on printable? All right.
Thanks, Eric. So we're just going to go into some really basic, and a lot of you have used this, and it might be kind of elementary for you, but we're just going to kind of go over the basics of all this. So depending on where you are, just enjoy what you can. So I want to talk about how many cut vinyl? Just standard vinyl. Pretty much everyone has. So the biggest difference when people come into the showroom, what they want to know is the difference kind of between cutting vinyl and cutting heat transfer. One of the biggest differences, if you want to feel the actual product there, and then the backing paper, is that sticky?
Yep.
Okay, feel the difference in vinyl.
No, stick.
It's opposite. So vinyl is sticky on the back like a big sticker. So you're used to cutting it, weeding it all out, the backing paper is not sticky. With heat transfer, it's the opposite. So what you peel off is not sticky at all. It's heat activated. So this is going to be sticky. So when you apply it to your garment, you have something to kind of apply it to and lighten up with. So that's one thing when people start, it's kind of a little bit strange for them. So think opposite from vinyl, cut the same almost, and then one's sticky and one's so. One little difference that some people are confused about. The other big thing that you have to remember is always flip your image. This is my test for you. Do not try this at home. I've done this 1,000 times. Right reading, right? You cut it, it's beautiful, awesome. Well, I'm gonna go put it on my shirt now. Not as awesome. So, when you're doing, so if it's a little hard, if it's something like this, it's not a big deal, but if it's writing, it needs to be flipped before you cut. The other huge thing, don't cut the pretty side. Cut the dull side of anything that you're doing. I come from the vinyl world, so I'm putting it in, oh, beautiful, let's put the zebra in. No, I screwed up every time. So on these, don't put the pretty pink up, put this up. Cut in reverse, when you flip it around, it's going to be beautiful. But just always remember that. It's my biggest, I teach it all the time, I do it all the time. I continuously put it in and cut it wrong. Like I said, shapes and things like that, not as big a deal, but anything with text. Another big problem, I did this the other day because my cutter was on the wrong You see how I cut right through the material? Like the letters popping out? You don't ever want to cut all the way through it. You want to cut to the backing paper, and then we call it weeding. Remove what you don't want, and then you're left with what you do want. But don't ever, well, unless you want to put on each letter individually, which would be not fun at all. But that's another thing if you're using a cutter. Just always make sure your blade is cutting through the material, but not into the backing paper, because that's not going to be fun at all. All of you have in your packet a little sample of, so we all know what weeding is, right? Removing everything we don't want after we've cut it. So cut it, weed it, and then like transfer tape, you don't need, or transfer tape, like vinyl, you don't need transfer tape to apply this. You just simply use the material. So pull out all of your samples. We're going to do some hands-on weeding and applying. And does anybody have any questions thus far, by the way? About any of the products or how you use them or why you use them or... So everyone should have a holographic, which a lot of times looks like rhinestones. You can use it in place of rhinestones, so you can cut it in like little circles. You should all have a star, a glitter star. You should have an always cut in reverse that we're not going to forget because we're going to put it on our shirts. And you should have, I think, a shine bright in black. Oh, and then this is Chemica. So this is a pattern. You can just try that one out. So everyone has an X-Acto. And I would just like everyone to try it. Have you all weeded it? Or do you need assistance in helping to peel away what you don't want?
Megan, I have a tip though for this stuff.
A what?
A tip.
Oh, okay, perfect.
If you're not gonna instantly apply your Easy Weed,
Don't weed it.
a great way to store it, or if you're gonna give it to somebody and do it themselves, wax paper.
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
Or wax paper on it as basically the backer, because you put those together,
The one,
you're not getting them
the one
apart.
thing that's not awesome about this is when you cut multiples and stack them, they stick together. Like, you can pull them apart, but they stick together like glue. And then,
Or wax paper.
yeah.
So you're saying the wax paper between them? Or
Yeah.
wax paper-
They used to have one that didn't have a sticky back that was for multiples, but they discontinued that. So, yeah, you don't want to stack too many of them. That is one of the things.
Yeah, so is there any material that doesn't have the sticky factor? Because sometimes
There
when
was
I'm-
one, and they discontinued it. It was the CAD.
The cat boy. So it really doesn't.
I don't think they have it anymore. It's not in their new color thing. We can check for you, but to my
It's nice,
knowledge.
sometimes when I'm trying to get it off, like I'm really going to try,
I know.
so it'd be nice if there was some, but.
Yep,
Okay.
and that was the only one that I knew of that didn't have the sticky backing.
Okay.
And it's not in their new catalog, so I will check on that for you, but as far as I know, I don't know if they offer
Okay,
it.
no worries, thanks.
Yeah. So has anybody, who needs help in weeding and?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. So weeding, you just basically take away everything you don't want from the design. So can you see that's a moon? Oh, you should have flock too. Did you guys get a little flock moon? Okay. So we can start with that one if you want, but you want to leave,
Want to leave the moon.
you want to leave the moon and you want to take everything off from around the moon.
Sculpture.
It's kind of, yes, something like that. You want to remove the unwanted material. Yep, perfect. And it should peel off, if it's cut correctly, it should peel off quite easily. If it's not cut correctly, that's a different story. And I've also done that many times. And especially on the flock, if you guys are cutting it on, like I can use a silhouette, make sure you're using a deep enough blade setting because it's so thick. On the silhouette, there is a flocked heat transfer setting. I don't know about the other cutters you guys have, but make sure it's deep because it's much, much thicker than a lot of the others.
And I want the eyeball to come out.
Yep, then you want the eyeball to come
And
out.
that's why I completely.
Are you guys doing okay over here?
Have a hard time getting.
Oh, let's see. You're taking the wrong side off.
Use how you use.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I come out.
Remember with this, you always want to work from the non-pretty side.
Okay, so if you're doing it on the non-pretty side, then you do not print it in reverse, then when you put it on the pretty side.
You always do it in reverse. Because you're doing, you always have to think that whatever you're cutting, you're going to flip over and apply. Yeah, vinyl, you're going to pick up exactly right reading and place it down again, and on this, you're going to flip it over. If that makes sense. Oh, you did the opposite. Oh, no, you did good. You did good. You're fine. Oh, you just missed a dot.
Yeah.
See if you can get it out of there. I tried to cut them as well as I could. Sorry if some of them aren't cut. Yeah, she's gonna do some awesome surgery.
The A's didn't cut through, that mean they didn't let it run long enough?
I was having some problems with my cutter that day, and there might be some interesting things on your, it was not finishing the file, and then it would go, yeah.
Okay.
Some of them might be interesting, and I apologize for that. Oh, did you get it back?
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay.
I always have to buy twice.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, I had this here and
This is why I'm here. Just hoping that I can get it.
unless that's what you're
Start from the edge. Yeah, try that. If you start from the edge and kind of pull, easy weed is very, very easy to weed, just like the name. So you, yeah, if it's cut correctly. If it's not cut correctly, that's the difference. And the glitter also, if you guys are using any of the glitter, cut that a little deeper as well. Because it's just a little thicker. And if you don't cut it correctly, it is not good. It's a star. So, yeah, can you see it? You kind of have to punch it out a little bit.
So this doesn't look like it's cut.
It is. You just have to kind of punch.
I joined it, and literally, if there's not a design you want, you just start filling up the rest. And then.
Glitter, like I said, cut a little deeper as well. It can give you a little bit of heartache if it's not cut correctly. The flock and the glitter are both going to be a deeper blade setting. Oh, and so the, oh, my little popsicle fell down. The chevron is a popsicle.
Yeah, I know. I just had to twist the patch to pop off.
Okay, now. So start from the edge.
Always start from the edge and then the final.
You don't have to, but it will at least give you an outer border of what you're working with.
Yeah, go outside in, because if you don't, you might pick the wrong piece.
Yeah, that's always my rule. Is
Been
work,
there.
work out to in,
Oh, yeah.
especially when doing very intricate designs. Anybody else need help? I don't, do we sell just the coverage of the Exactos? The clear,
The caps?
Yeah, the cats.
No.
No?
I usually just put an eraser on it. Or like something to not spin myself. Yeah. Or just put it in your little cup upside down.
Maybe. Are you going over the set pressure you don't have? That's one thing I've been trying to figure out is not gonna do.
Do you have a heat press?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a digital?
This is, wait,
Okay, just an older one?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
That's the way it is. That's just the way it is.
We can find someone to help you with that. I don't know that I'm going to be your perfect person for that, but someone can help you. Yeah, it gives you the pressure.
Yeah.
So you see that? You're just not sure how to, okay.
And so I've said that for me.
Oh, sure. Eric, who would be good to talk about heat presses with? They have an older heat press that doesn't have the digital readout for like pressure, medium pressure. Who would?
Well, this doesn't say anything about pressure. It tells you temperature and time.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know, how do you know what technically is medium? Like, I found what works for me, but I'd like to know more about.
These have a knob you can press it down farther. I don't know how you specify necessarily on that one.
But yeah, what is?
Aaron and Adam, I would probably.
Aaron or Adam might be able to help you. Yeah, I don't know that I have the exact answer for you.
But generally, like how many PSI is medium, how much PSI is light, that sort
I don't
of
think
thing.
it says in their instructions.
Right.
Okay, how's everybody doing? Oh, can we get the iron plated?
Yeah, you have to do that.
And also, this does work with the home iron. It's made for heat press, but a home iron works great. The only thing that I have done that really messes it up is using the steam setting. Do not do that. It will take your backing paper and crinkle it up into a little ball.
How does that impact your pressure?
You have to lean on it.
I lean on it.
That's all I do. I don't have a heat press. If I use an iron, you know.
I do it on the
This
floor
is what I
most of
was
the time.
telling them, if you can find an old iron, old
The heavy
irons are
ones.
heavy.
Yeah.
Garage sales, if you know somebody that does garage sales, have them watch for you once. When old people die, and they put them out the house.
You just lean on it.
The edge? Uh-huh. Yeah. Absolutely.
And use
Can make
a.
production go faster when the.
Yes, sometimes it takes a second, it takes all of
Yes,
a
and I
minute.
use
Yeah, there you go.
one of those thin,
Yeah.
kitchen cloths.
Yeah,
cloths,
it's
the
like
thin
a
ones.
cheesecloth.
You can do that, like you need a barrier, you want to draw on that
Right,
bagger.
right.
Well, and the other great thing that we sell that are really actually very cheap, I think they're $2 or $3, are the Teflon sheets. So you put this in between, and it makes your heat transfer a little bit shinier, and it just protects so that you're not going to burn it. I have used like a rag and things like that, but this is actually what it's made for.
Those are worth the money.
Oh yes, I love them. And this one I think is, Eric, is this one it's like $3 I think for the smaller size. So they're really affordable, and I would really recommend it if you're
How
going to be
many
doing a lot of it.
uses do you get out of that?
Tons.
How do you know, like, when, or what the difference between the Teflon sheet and the, just like craft paper? Like, I just see anything craft paper at the top. The Teflon just makes it shiny, but.
It makes it a little shiny. Have you felt it? It's very waxy. So it's not going to stick to anything, and it does make it a little bit shinier like that. I mean, you could use something. I haven't used paper myself. I've used a sheet, pillowcase type sheet at home. And then here, I sometimes don't even use anything. Okay, but this stuff really makes it easy. And then when you're putting a heat on it, like if you're doing an iron, it's just smooth. It's really smooth. And they're really pretty. You can use it. Yeah, just make sure they're not on any kind of
You know, iron?
I didn't even get a full heart.
I didn't get that. Oh, I didn't get that. So they must have missed.
How's everybody doing? We're good? They should have a popsicle, a star, a moon, either a butterfly or a heart, and let's see what else. A shine bright, always cut in reverse. Trying to think what I cut out. Looks like you guys are all doing really, really good. Great. Now some of them I would like you guys to try. These are your shirts. You can do whatever you want on them. Make them as beautiful as you want. But I would like you to try to layer some of them, just so you get the feel for layering the colors. And then you can mix and match as you want. And we have the 2 heat presses up here we can help you with. And then we also have 2 irons over here that are going to start heating up to kind of show you can do both. So either way, just use a little bit of pressure when doing the iron. I choose to do it on the floor, and I just kind of put my body weight into the floor and just hold it and kind of hold it, move. You don't really want to iron like you're ironing. You kind of want to hold it right.
Megan?
Iron it, like you were ironing. It will, I guarantee.
Yeah, it moves it. If you're doing like some of these things I did back, it's very intricate detail, so I had to line them up really carefully. And there is also the chance you're going to move it if you do the like the iron thing. Yeah. So press and hold for kind of the right amount of time. It's probably a little bit longer than a heat press. If you ever go to peel it up and it's peeling, just put more heat, and then it will shear down.
Megan, I don't think you mentioned this. One thing they recommend is preheating your shirt before you
Oh, that's true.
put the material on. Just set it in the heat press, just close it, not tight, just lay it on there. Close it just for a couple seconds, get it warm
Yeah, get the garment.
before you
If
put
you're
the
doing a shirt,
heat
kind of
transfer
iron
on.
across it a little bit, just to kind of get out the wrinkles and heat it up a little bit.
It helps it stay where you want.
Okay, who wants to come up and apply some vinyl? Anyone? We can't be shy here.
I will.
Okay, come on up. And as you guys are doing this and applying them, please ask questions. Keep the questions coming. I can't answer all of them, but I'll do my best.
I know Enduratech sells a specific heat iron, like a home iron, vinyl transfer. Is there really any difference then between that like specifically formulated vinyl and just a...
I haven't used that one, I'm not familiar with it, so I'm not sure, but most of them, as long as you have a heat source, they'll be fine.
enough pressure?
Yeah. Yep. Hey, you guys, when layering, the first time you put the color down, it doesn't have to be the full time. You can do it for like 2 or 3 seconds. And then put it back up, and then put your next color down. So if you're doing a lot of layers, It doesn't have to be the full time every time. On the last color,
It's a little bit more
do the whole
glossy and
time.
tougher.
So Lena's here from Salt Lake City, I'm for you guys, and she does all the shirts and leggings. So if she has some valuable information about where to get the shirts and what kind of shirts and everything that they sell, they've been a great group with us. So, and they'll be at the expo as well. So if you're into different, either screen printing or transfer.
So we print the like apparel, so we're just not the decorating side, because that's really why I'm here more. But we have like apparel locally here in Salt Lake. We even have a local same-day courier service that delivers between noon and 5 p.m. daily. We print things like Gildan that you put on today, the basic tees, all the way to higher end like next level apparel, Bell Canvas, independent trading company Fleece Line as well. We're part of a network of wholesalers, so we're actually a second location to our Phoenix sister company that's been around for about 35 years. We are in our 4th year right now, so we just came in a little bit ago. But yeah, if you have any questions on your blank apparel wholesale purchasing needs, just let me know. I left my card and notepads for you, but I also have our catalog here if you'd like one.
They're awesome. I do.
You want one? All right, yeah. Great, thank you so much for,
Of course.
she donated the shirts, so thank you so much for that. And they've been great to work with so far for me, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys have like jerseys and stuff, like athletic soccer jerseys,
Yep.
stuff like that?
So we have locally in Salt Lake A4,
Okay.
but we can get full-on football jerseys. It's just a 2-day ship time. And we don't have handling fees. We don't charge you extra. If we have to ship from 5 warehouses and your order's under $200, we'll give you 1 flat rate of shipping.
Okay.
And then if your order's $200 more, you get free shipping.
All right. I'm assuming you guys just do shipping. You don't have like a delivery truck or anything like that.
Not ourselves. We use a third party called Iron Wheels.
Okay.
They're a local courier. They'll go all the way down to Provo up to Centerville, and then UPS and on track.
Gotcha. And you said free over $200? Okay.
Yep.
And do you have a showroom, did you say? I missed?
Yes, we do.
So they can come in
Exactly.
and look at what you have, and you're located where?
We're on the corner of 201 and Bangerter Highway, so right off the freeway there. Even if you're not into the industry of reselling apparel yet, but you're looking to get in there, you are more than welcome to come by and call us with any questions you have. We can help you get set up and let you know what you need to do to get in the wholesale.
Great. Did you guys have any other questions for her?
How small does your apparel go?
We can get infant sizes all the way up to 5XL.
Really?
So here locally in Salt Lake, it goes down to extra small, which is about a 4 or 5, but we can definitely drop ship in.
And did someone back there have a question? Oh, that's another hand.
Just sample sizes, like if I were to stop by and pick up and then have the girls try one.
Yeah, you can come in.
What sizes they are.
There's a showroom. We also have spec sheets as well if you need to measure. Otherwise, we don't have an order minimum. You can place a shirt for 1 piece. Yeah. Nope.
That's pretty
Sell
awesome.
shirts.
That's not many people.
Yeah. We'll take any order. We want them. We want to be your local resource. So.
That's good news. Yeah, I had a lot of people ask about that.
The
so.
address isn't the one that you gave me on the back of your card, right?
It is the 1979 South, 4130. So it's right off 201 and Bangerter Highway. Right there. Yeah.
And is your email, if someone is emailing
My email's on there as well.
Okay.
Not Paula.
Selena.